are perhaps ruminative of my status as an experienced practitioner of construction and later detonation of explosive substances, and the reason for myself to happen to possess such a title. I will start this conversation by presenting you a question which shall deliver an accurate answer to your conundrum and end your absurd speculations about one's personal skill. If I would lack the experience for my duties as a possessor and handler of explosive substances used for the utter destruction and mutilation of my opposition, who faced me to attempt to seize my vital functions, I would not be able to be in this very room which contains the both of us and talk about the exquisite details of my line of work, for the aforementioned duty would be impossible to fulfill in such a state. I say, my fellow comrades dressed in the crimson colors which are compulsory for stating the allegiance of the otherwise identical comrade in arms in an ostentatious manner, let us move towards the front lines to clash with the hostile force, which is maintaining position near a precise location which we must capture, their goal being to prevent our success at the storming and capturing of the aforementioned point, which is currently in the ownership of the fellows tarnishing the color blue. No single one of you gentlemen going to witness the eventual outcome of this battle, for the only way this tussle can end is the loss of the organs which maintain your vital functions, which are a necessity for your continued existence. To fall back on the subject of inappropriate constructions of explosives, it only requires a crossed wire, a pinch of a highly volatile and violently reactive substance, and an unfortunate musculatory spasm to end the life of the person in charge of the task in a loud, cacophonous booming sound and a round, black spherical area in which was the blast radius of the explosion. Henceforth, none of the inexperienced demolition experts could exist, for they are simply too scatterbrained to fulfill their duties in a correct fashion. Unfortunately, judging from my outer appearance, I have earned the unwelcome title of a dark-colored resident of the land near the Nordic region of the world, north to the land named as Britannia, whose facial structure reminds of a one-eyed mythological beast which was idealized by a known Greek epic poet. The gentlefolk who accompany me on this endless battle for financial gain would probably have a larger quantity of victorious situations than we would have with a man of my stature, for my two-dimensional point of view leaves me at a severe disadvantage, and my constantly inebriated state leaves my chaps flummoxed about my capabilities to create explosives which require skill and attention in such a state. Now, I will drown my profound sadness in the alcoholic liquid commonly called cider which I have with me in my other hand. So, to every single of you gentlefolk with your pretentious sense of pride and unrelenting sense of confidence in your actions, gracefully moving about with your heads filled to the very limits of its storage capacity with organs which have optical capabilities. Come and get me, I say, for I shall be waiting for your arrival near strategic locations with a bomb launcher that sticks bombs to walls and a familiar scent of sulfurous substances to make you feel welcome. For I am a dark-themed story intended to be read and told to one's offspring, written by the chaps by the surname Grimm, whose tales always ended with an ending as unfortunate and mean-spirited as said tale. Oh my, it appears they will need a common adhesive gained from processing and four-legged mammal commonly used for personal transportation to perform maintenance on your now scattered earthly remains in a fictional location referred to in religious literature.